Oh hi, this is HC Bailey, and welcome to my latest side Let's Play series. This was actually going to be my first Let's Play series almost 4 years ago, but, well, not a whole lot of people were interested, so I quit making it about halfway through. I didn't think people could possibly be interested in RPG Let's Plays at the time. But I've put all the episodes in my miscellaneous Let's Play videos section, so if you want to see what I was like back then, you can. But now I know better as I reboot Let's Play Arcana, also known as Cardmaster in Japan. Let's get started here. This is a game from my childhood that I thought I'd share with you viewers. I mean, it's no Final Fantasy, don't get me wrong, but, well, it holds a special place in my heart, I guess. It took me 2 years to find a copy of this game at the time. We didn't have eBay back then. When I was your age, if you wanted to buy a game, you had to go out and look for it. And we liked it. How bad could it possibly be? Nuts. One thing I really love about this game is the music and the instrumentation they have for the music. It's so unique for the time. Like the flute and everything like that, I love it. The music makes the game. I mean, I'm not saying it's umatsu or anything like that, but I really love the music for this game. Aghanim, is that you? Yeah, pretty much. Galeon? No, that's another game. Nuts. Well, he seemed to be a whole lot more to the point than another court mage from another game. I like how is that Kirby in the picture there? I saw it kind of like towards the lower right there. This is the same company that made Kirby, right? I thought it was. But yeah, I was going to say, I like how a lot of the enemies in the picture there are enemies we'll meet up with in the game. So let's get started here. We got a chapter format for this game. There's a code that you can enter at the title screen so that it can let you skip to different chapters in the game, but we're just going to play this normally. Maybe I'll make a bonus episode showing the code and such, how it works. I'll send you to another dimension! Alright, sounds like a plan. Nuts. You know, as many games were back then with the translations, yeah, there's a few oddball things about it, but I'm surprised it's as good as it is. Okay, so let's take a look at our controls. Hit the A button, you can go into your menu. Let's see, abilities, let you look at stats and such, inventory. I never use formation, but you can move characters and things around. Not that I really care. Let's see, call. The character in the upper right there is a spirit, and I'll go over that more later, but you can switch out spirits or however you like. And everything else is pretty standard. Okay, well, never mind. Let's take a look around. You press left or right. You can move around to different shops or buildings in the town and such. You don't walk around a town like you would, say, in a Final Fantasy game or anything like that. You want to go somewhere? You press up to try and leave the village. Who's there? Yes, Satan? Oh, it's the Little Mermaid. I'm sorry. Or, no, Ariel, I guess is his name. I thought I heard his name was supposed to be Alan, or something like that. Well, whatever. It works all the same. How's it going? Oh, yeah, that didn't work out too well, did it? Yeah, let's not, yeah, let's not. Oh, she was just checking out my ass. Don't make fun of her, she'll kick you in the next week. Roundhouse kick. Not like Chuck Norris, but still, you know, she's pretty tough. No, that was another Tifa. Yeah, I came here. Spirits, huh? So there's good spirits and bad spirits. Oh. Darn! What do you want me to do about it? Well, okay, let's go. More party members. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of the themes of the game, because, well, the original game was called Card Master, and everything in this game is card-based. The character portraits, if someone dies, their card gets torn in half. It's kind of a nice little effect there, too. But, well, okay. Sounds like a plan. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we get to take the apprentice, then. Sounds like a good idea. More party members! Yay! So, before heading out to the temple there, let's go shopping. We got an inn here. You can rest up here, restores all your HP and MP, save however you like if you need to there. I don't think this is available for download on the Wii, unfortunately, so, oh well. But anyway, this is the, I guess, fortune teller's shop or whatever. You can buy elemental cards that let rooks cast spells, or some spells. You got a fog card that lets you run from battle, and running is really hard in this game with just the normal command. Call Amulet is like a Magicite in Final Fantasy VI. It lets you summon a random spirit for massive damage. Null card is instant death, and those are pretty useful actually later in the game. But for now, I'm just going to buy a few wind cards and a few water cards. The way they work is if you use one, you cast a level 1 elemental spell. Like 1 wind card will let you cast Lightning 1. 2 wind cards lets you cast Lightning 2, 3 for Lightning 3, and so on. I'm going to get 3 wind cards and 3 water cards. I think that'll do us for now. Oh, and by the way, one other thing I forgot to mention. Let's see. The healing option here means that if your spirit dies, you can come back here, pay 100 gold, and you'll resurrect it. If a human character dies, it's game over. Whether it's your leader or one of your side characters, doesn't matter. You're dead. It's game over. So, we want to buy some equipment here. Let's start with some weapons first. In my opinion, I think weapons are a lot more important than armor. Armor, I mean, it helps, but it's more important later on in the game. Early game, enemies don't deal so much damage, so I'm not really worried about that. So let's equip that. You select the character, press A, select the weapon, hit A twice, you equip the weapon. So there you go. Yeah, so right now, I wouldn't really worry about armor there. This shop, I almost never use this. You can buy water or food and stuff. It restores like a little bit of HP and MP, but it's like, why bother? There's no stat boost or anything. You just go to an inn. It would be cheaper here. You can learn some new things here from talking to the guy or whatever. But yeah, sometimes you'll go into a dungeon, you'll meet up with someone, and you can come back to town to get more stuff for them. I think he says one other thing. Okay, come on. Okay, I guess he's not going to tell me anything else, but, well, I saw everything interesting there. So, let's head on over to the Balnia Temple, then. You can't walk around on the world map freely. You have the town. For every chapter, there's your base town, or your questing hub, and the dungeon you're going to go to. And that's it. And once you complete a chapter, you can never go back to a previous dungeon or something. So, just so you know, it's really linear like that. So basically, we got a sort of a pseudo 3D dungeon crawler here. We run into random battles, just like any other RPG. For now, we don't have any spells, so let's just attack there. So you attack, you deal some damage there. You see the colored borders around the enemies there? That indicates what element they are. And I don't have any spells for Sylph, so let's just go with that. The way elements work is green is earth, yellow is wind, red is fire, and blue is water. So, and that determines how much damage you deal and take. In this particular case, earth elemental enemies are weak to wind. So Sylph will be really useful in this area because there's a lot of wind elemental enemies. So just something to keep in mind there. And I'll try to go over as many elemental affinities and how they relate as much as possible. Now, just so you know, viewers, for this first episode, I'm going to make it a little long. I want to at least try to get through, say, a boss fight, just so you can get a good feel for the game. But for the most part, the remaining episodes are going to be like 10 or 12 minutes. So, you kill enough enemies, you get experience, you gain a level. So, hooray! And we get my favorite spell in the game, Change Attribute to Wind. Let's see if I can get into a battle and show it off. Okay, you saw how much damage I was dealing there? Oh, by the way, the gray border on the enemy there, that means that they are neutral elemental, or they have no elements. So what change attribute to wind does is it changes the element of your human characters. In this case, wind, which will allow me to deal a lot more damage to earth elemental enemies. So that's really nice, and it's very cheap too. So it's kind of like a simultaneous buff and debuff, because they can't deal as much damage to you either. Now you see Sylph's HP and MP? Every time you turn or take a step, you'll regenerate 1 HP. So that's pretty nice. So Sylph's, spirits will pretty much almost never run out of HP and MP. If Sylph went first, I might have her try to have cast Change Attribute to Wind, but at this point we're far enough into the battle that it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to be eventually editing out more random battles, but for right now, they're so short and easy to get through, it's not really worth worrying about. And sometimes when you gain a level, you'll learn a new spell. So we learned Heal 1, that restores about 80 HP, but look at the MP cost on that spell. Yeah, unlike Final Fantasy, spells in this game are really expensive. So, and I like that, because, Final Fantasy, you almost never feel threatened at all in those games. Whereas here, you screw up, you can lose a lot. You can't save in dungeons at all. What you're probably supposed to do is go through a little bit of the dungeon, and then go back to town, then go through a little bit more of the dungeon, and so on and so forth. But me personally, I'm just going to go straight through to the end because, well, it's more efficient that way, and I've played this game enough times to know what I'm doing. I did a couple test runs on this game. Now, treasure chests you can only find at the end of a corridor or a hallway. You go to your menu, you select look, you can get the item in the treasure chest. So, there you go. You can't just find them on random walls or anything like that. I like when you get a critical hit, your characters are like, take that! They get into the flow of the battle, I like that. These guys, I think, have about 20 HP or so. Someone hit the guy! There we go. And for this LP, I'm going to be doing 0 grinding. I have ways of getting around that. Really, levels, they do increase your stats, but it doesn't really help you that much in battle. I mean, it's not like you're going to be taking a lot more or a lot less damage because of whatever level you're at. It's mostly you learn a new spell or some such, whatever. So, whenever Rooks gains a level, the way Sylph learns new spells is dependent on when Rooks gains a level, because he's the only one who can control the spirits, because, well, he's a card master, right? So, that's how life works in Arcana. There's really no NPCs beyond what you get from the story segments, like you saw with Ariel there. So you don't just walk around town looking for information. Most of the, at least from my point of view, most of the enjoyment from the game is really dependent on, exploration and combat and exploration there. I think the plot's pretty good, and I love the music in this game. But really, most of your time in the game will be spent exploring these mazes and things like that. So I'm pretty much just going to direct you straight to the treasure chests and move on with life. So I'm going to collect all the treasure and just move on. I'm not going to... I'm not going to try and buy all the equipment. If you're new to the game, you may want to do a little bit of grinding to get some money to buy more armor and stuff. But me personally, first chapter, pretty easy. Change attribute to wind will reduce the damage you take from most enemies a lot more than any armor you can buy in chapter 1. So I'm not really worried about that at all. Now, if I run into a lot of enemies at once, I might start using the cards to cast spells, because they'll hit all enemies. But right now, we're only running into 2 or 3 enemies at a time, so I'm not really worried about that at all. There we go. I wonder if part of the reason why I like this game so much is because of how much effort I had to take to find this game back in the day. Because back in the day, the only way you could find a game, I mean, you wouldn't find this in a new game store, no. I saw this in Nintendo Power back in the day. And I wanted to find it. And it took me a while. I believe I eventually found it at Funkoland at the time. Until they became, I think, GameStop or something. So. But yeah, for right now, in combat, we don't really have any spells. So it's pretty much, first chapter, we're pretty much going to be going almost pure melee. All those other paths lead to dead ends, so I'll just direct you where we're supposed to go. If you want to at this point, you can just keep on going straight ahead and return to town, rest up at the inn, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep on going. Remember, if a character dies, it's game over. Any character, doesn't matter. So, yeah, if you can't kill the enemies in a couple hits, like Lupus, because they got a bit more HP than the average enemy, you pretty much want to play it defensively. So, but yeah, I mean, that cuts the damage you take by more than half. So, yeah, that really helps out a lot. Oh, by the way, while you're around here, you got a little map here. I'll put a link in the video description of all the maps for the game. So if you don't want to get lost, you don't have to. By the way, when you're on a treasure box here, you can turn and you will never run into an encounter or a random battle or something like that. So one little trick that you could do is if your spirits are low on HP or MP, you can just sit on a treasure box tile and just literally spin around in circles until they regenerate HP, because every time you turn, you regenerate 1 HP and MP. So remember that fork there for later viewers. I'm just going to walk around here. I like the music for the dungeon here. It's nice. They got some pretty kick-ass dungeon themes and battle themes in this game here. So yeah, it's really nice. Whoa. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be editing out more battles as we get into the game, but not right now. Soon enough, viewers. Soon enough. See, how are we doing on HP and MP? I ought to check my maximum. Rooks will eventually learn a healing spell himself, but like most healing spells, they're rather expensive, so we may have to rely on items, or whatever items that we pick up as we go through the game. Really, most new players, to get through Chapter 1, you probably want to be at like level 10, but I don't think that's necessary. I mean, I've played the game before. Oh, I like how when you dodge an attack, they're like, "That's the best you can do!" I just love all the little quotes and everything like that. Even the spirits get into the act and everything. Okay, so let's see. Not bad. Not bad. I think we're pretty good here. Now, there is one other thing that makes this game a little tricky every now and then, if I can ever get past these battles. There we go. But yeah, we can't kill that guy in one hit. Unfortunately, gaining levels will not really help with that. Stats really don't contribute that much to your attack power or anything, really, in the game, but, well, whatever. I like the victory noise we get after completing a battle. Nice touch. Oh, and she learned the Paralyze spell. Sorry, I went through that a little quickly. Well, there you go. Remember that for later, viewers, but not right now. Yeah, one thing that makes this game a little tricky, secret boss fights! Alright, it's boss time! Yeah, kick-ass boss music. I like the music here. So let's use change attribute to win. That'll make this fight pretty pathetically easy. Yeah, I like the drum beat that they got going on here with everything. It's a nice touch. Yeah, I headbang a little bit to this, viewers. Unfortunately, I don't have any attack spells yet, so we pretty much just go all out. If you really wanted to, you could use like 3 wind cards on this guy and one-shot him, but nah, I'll save them for later. Yeah, being Earth Elemental, change attribute to wind is pretty much the way to go, and we got him. Hooray! But can we stop the evil spirits at Balnia Temple? Find out next time on Let's Play Arcana! This is HC Bailey, signing off. Have a good day!